Good morning, everybody. How are you? Thursday. Let's do the football prediction for tonight's game first, shall we? Okay. Chargers and the Vikings. Vikings are 3-3. Seems to me they have a quarterback situation. I'm going to take the Chargers. I really don't care who wins, but I'll take the Chargers, okay? And Saturday we'll do the rest of the schedule. Okie dokie. What did I do? And I screwed up, didn't I? Okay. Here we go back. Here we go. Hope that came out all right. But you know how I am. So here we go. Big story involving the NBA, head coach of Portland and another player from another team. These are the star names that are thrown around. There's a lot of people involved in it. It's the 5 families in New York are involved in it, and the mafia. It's kind of crazy. But they're shaving points, getting inside information, how to place their bets, and then there was also rigged poker games using dealing machines that read the cards. This is just science fiction to some degree. I mean, that somebody would actually sit there, a gambler would sit there and let them use a machine. I've never. High-stake poker games aren't usually played with the machines for the dealers, but we'll see, what they're talking about. I don't know if they're talking about Texas Hold'em, because Texas Hold'em is a little different. You can get the flow of the game, sort of, from that. I don't think, a cheating dealer could take you for millions of dollars, but that's what they say. I'm surprised that the FBI and everything isn't going after the NFL, because I think that they're just going to start dumping ICE agents in the parking lots of these games, because Trump hates the NFL. And you can say what you want. He goes to the Super Bowl, but Trump hates the NFL. He holds grudges, and he's had a grudge against them since I guess the early 70s, late 70s, when he ended up buying a USFL team. He bought the New Jersey Generals because he wanted an NFL team, and I believe it was the Buffalo Bills he was after at the time, and they wouldn't give it to him because of his association with casinos, which you weren't allowed to have at the time, and now nobody cares. I mean, you can place a bet while you're negotiating the sale of a team, apparently. But that's, he hates them for that. They snubbed him. They wanted no part of him. They called him a lot of different things, and that's it. Where did oh, wait a minute. I think I have another story for you. Hold on. Yeah, but that was, that was this morning's big news. But who knows whether that's the true story or not. I find this stuff yesterday, I save it, and then I go looking for it today, and it's not there. I would be back up here near the top. Well, apparently there is a video or a recording of Vance calling Trump a Nazi sympathizer or something along those lines, which is just, it's true, but they just get all bent out of shape when you tell them that they're lying through their teeth, It kind of upsets them a whole a whole deal when you do that. They get very, very upset. Now, listen, with the new mic setup, see, I have it hanging up here. You can look down, and you can see my gorgeous girl Lucy sacked out like usual. It was very hot when we went walking this morning, and she chased something into the bushes, so she got all excited, and you know, the way she is. But anyhow, that's another story. But going back, yeah. Oh, and then there's a lawsuit, and this goes into politics now, getting away from the mafia and whatnot, which is, this has been going on for years. Point shaving in basketball goes back to, and it's always done, and it's been done in college campuses and everywhere else. It's how some of the students make some serious money while they're in school because they know they're not going to do anything when they get out. But Johnson's not swearing in the Arizona duly elected senator. Now, he's being sued for that now. Arizona is suing him about it. I don't know if that's legal or if they can actually sue him about that or not, but he's used a lot of excuses. Basically, it started out with him just plain refusing to swear her in, because I think it changes the vote count, and they think if she gets in, then they'll have to release the Epstein tapes, which I don't give a shit about anymore. I really don't care. Trump's a lot of things, and whatever they say he did, he probably did, but he's not going to get in trouble for it. There's not a Republican congressman in the country that will vote against him right now. That's the problem. You got to convert some of those guys away from the Nazism and get them out of there. Like some of the ones that in Hitler's inner circle did that when the so-called, you see that in the movie Valkyrie, where they tried to kill him. Didn't work. I can tell them how to do it effectively, but so can anybody else that writes mystery stories or what. And okay, and the big incident that almost happened in Atlanta, they had managed to arrest a guy that was coming into the airport. Apparently, I don't know whether he was armed or how he got the gun into the airport. And he was going to do a mass shooting. Atlanta airport is the busiest airport in the world, folks. So there was always thousands of people running around that place. You want to go anywhere in the United States, sooner or later you end up in Atlanta. I don't know why. Don't ask me, man. I just work here. What do I look like? A pilot or, FAA or what? I don't know. This is what everybody's telling me. So that was interesting. Almost, But it said it showed a lack of security measures, and I said, well, yeah, because his parents turned the guy in, and if they hadn't, it probably would have happened, But that's usually what goes on in these stories, You get a wacko kid going on, and the parents don't want to see that really happen because they know if he pulls the trigger on the gun, he's going to die. He's not going to be arrested. Are you kidding me? They're going to put so many holes in him, they're not even going to recognize him. And that's, the whole gun thing, How did he get the gun? Well, apparently he had 7 bullets and a 9mm. That was going to go over big. 1 pistol and 7 bullets. What were you going to do? Steal the bullets, steal the guns off the guards in the place? Come on, man. That's just stupid. Now here, this is a statement, and this is about a story, and then I have questions for you afterwards, so pay attention. Trump is sanctioning Russian oil. Now, I don't know how he sanctions Russian oil, what that actually entails. But they think it's going to be Putin to the table. In order to do that, they have to be able to stop the production of oil. And I don't know how you stop the production of oil in a country that isn't yours. See, I look at this shit, you know, and I try to figure out what the fuck is going on. I can't figure out what's going on, so I don't know whether this is, you know, for real or not, you know. But do we buy a lot of oil from Russia? Is that the problem? Or is he going to somehow or another stop Russia from sending oil out of the country? What are they going to do? Blockade him? There comes World War III, folks. You know? I mean, it's just that some stuff that Trump doesn't. And this is one of those things that everybody's jumping up and down and saying, good about time and everything like that. And I'm going, Zelensky's happening. I'm going, what the fuck? You look at it trying to start World War III? I don't think it means a damn thing. How are you going to what sanctions on his oil mean? It can't pass through where? Can't go where? From where to where? You know, I mean, the sea's a big place. I don't think they can stop it, you know, if that's what he's trying to do. But that's, you know, that's what they do. I guess. I don't know what sanctions mean. I mean, you know, somebody's going to have to explain that to me. You know, it's like him putting tariff on Russian oil. We buy Russian oil? Maybe that's the thing. Sanctions on Russian oil. Maybe we buy Russian oil. I don't know. Why would we buy Russian oil? You know? I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't think it's going to... unless he's actually going to somehow or another stop the transportation of Russian oil around the country, around the world, then maybe something will happen. But you're talking about winter coming, and you don't think somebody's going to try to ship oil? What are you going to do, sink a Russian ship that's carrying oil? Okay. Radioactive winter. You know what I mean? It just, people are really, I don't know, they're just not, they say things and I don't understand them. You know, and I'm trying to figure this out. I'm going to do a lot of research today to somebody explain to me what the hell sanctions can do to Russia, you know. And I don't think Putin gives a shit one way or the other, you know. It might hurt. He can stop the flow of gas to Europe if he wants, you know, and then screw with everybody over there if he does. If we want to play hardball, you know. That's just another... I don't know if it's a smart move. I don't know if it's a dumb move. I have to research it because I don't understand the term sanction as applied to Russian oil. Because we don't buy, as far as I know, we don't buy Russian oil, do we? Oh, she left. Maybe I was going to ask Lucy, you know. Yes, I talked to my dog, folks. I know. You think I'm crazy. But you have to understand, I probably am. I'm sitting here, starting to shake from the sweat cooling down on my body. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of the Neil Diamond's version of America on... putting up a lot on the Facebook page and some other places I can find, you know. Oh yeah, that's the article about the lawsuit, not swearing her in. I don't know. At this stage of my life, I don't really like politics at all. So I don't know. I really don't know if that means anything to me. You know? Oh yeah, Trump just shot up another boat, but this time in the Pacific. I said, but what happens if he shoots up one of those boats and it's one of his friends on it, you know? Or one of his buddies involved in some sort of scheme or something, you know? Here's an ad for classic old time radio. I have. I love classic old time radio. I listened to this stuff when I was a kid, and that's what got me to watch certain television shows. You know, like they didn't have The Shadow. The Shadow was a great radio program. I don't know how well that would have played in the movie. Didn't play well. That was in the 80s or 90s or something like that, and the movie didn't play well, and there's no TV show that I remember. If there was, I don't remember seeing it. About The Shadow, but the radio program was cool. I really enjoyed it. It left a lot to your imaginations, you know, and Gunsmoke and Dragnet and some of the other very long-running TV shows came out of radio. It shows you how good the stories were, you know, because you didn't have a lot of props back, and the fact that these shows lasted a long time is even more because they didn't have a lot of props and stuff back there. They didn't have special effects, you know, so it had to be interesting, you know. But anyhow. Oh, sorry about that. I just read an article, a headline here. So I talk about headlines getting you to click on a thing on YouTube. This one is, they're sure Trump has only days left to live. Well, you know, if you said that, you know, Trump and Vance only had a few days to live, and throw in Hegseth for that too, I might be a much more interesting subject. Okay. Once again, I've done another boring day. I hope you found some things interesting. I have to look up the thing about sanctions. Let me write that down. Sanctions. Sanctions, so I can figure out just exactly what's going on there, because it doesn't seem like it's something that would, you know, rattle Putin's cage. I mean, you know, he's not really well, he's not a people person, so he's like Trump. He don't give a shit about anybody else, so, you know. Okay, that's it for me. Go hit the subscribe button, please, 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 please hit the subscribe button. I'm getting tired of looking at the number 17 when I go to check out how many subscribers I have. I would appreciate it. I'm not knocking any of those 17. They're loyal. They're there every day. But I am wishing that somebody else would subscribe, you know, just to make my life a little better. All right? So you guys take care. Have a good day after you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you